Greetings, peace and blessings. Happy Thursday. How are y'all doing today? All right, I've been dragging my feet all morning because I am having a day of not really wanting to do anything. It's so funny. One of the things that has started happening between with my family, this is my aunt right here. One of the things that has started happening with my family, I grew up in a family that used to do a lot of celebrating, used to do a lot of holiday celebrating and cooking and aunties getting together and we just don't do that anymore. And so we have become a family that sends text messages out on holidays. So this thread starts early in the of people texting happy Thanksgiving or happy birthday or have and we don't see each other anymore. But we do all this texting and sending emojis and yeah, I mean I'm sure each other. I've been working a lot, so I haven't been seeing anybody, but I'm really aware of um, just this different relationship to what have been, ritualistic practices that I have practiced all my life that are really beginning to go away. This one right here, she gets on my nerves. She is such the queen. She is so like I'm becoming very aware that the cats own me. And it's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. So today is a Jupiter day. Jupiter is a great day. A Jupiter day is a great day for something we call Thanksgiving. It really is an energy that is about expansion and blessings. And one of the things that I'm beginning to realize is that when we get the things that we want, when we get the blessings that we've been praying for, when we actually begin to experience the things that our hearts desires, it is a process. It is not, um, for me, I'm experiencing, it is not just something that is like all elation. It is, it is a process of letting go of the propensity to struggle or letting go of, fears or crossing boundaries. And as I am expanding in my own life and watching my dreams sort of begin sort of begin to become realized, I'm noticing how uncomfortable it is to hold on to the stories of not having and scarcity and struggle and competition or I'm noticing the more I do what I do, I don't even have time to look at anybody else to compare myself or think of what else I just it's all here and the edge of pain and pleasure run really close to one another. And what I personally am experiencing is the places where I have attempted to protect myself from experiencing pain or experiencing disappointment or things that I didn't want to that were not preferable or not my preference. Those places that I have shut down going to open up so that I can receive, give and receive. And so that's an interesting thing on Jupiter because Jupiter is expansion and sometimes expansion hurts. Like when you're a mother, like maybe you're happy to be having a baby, process by which that baby will come from the invisible into the seen means that your hips have to open and that your back has to crack and that your skin is going to rip and that these things that we say we want sometimes require some sort of pain in order to actually receive them. And Jupiter in Aquarius at the 24th degree is that it is really giving ourselves the permission to expand beyond our comfort zone. And that is uncomfortable because the Aquarius energy is the unknown, it's the unseen, it's the foreign. So you can't be who you were in order to get the blessing. You've got to become something else. And so the gift of that is what we're calling Thanksgiving. I don't practice Thanksgiving, but since we're all here and there's a grand ritual going on today because of Thanksgiving, we can use this energy to open us up to expand into our yet to be, what we're becoming. So, gratitude is magic. Gratitude is pure magic. And the more you can slather gratitude on everything, like in my family growing up, they used to put ketchup on the eggs, right? Um, let me just see one second if I can do this one second, do this way. Wi-Fi shut down. Okay. Okay, so I was saying in my family growing up, they used to put ketchup on the eggs. And I just like they used to put ketchup on eggs, they put ketchup on chicken, they put ketchup on everything. Like maybe you grew up in a family that had a practice of using some sort of condiment to make everything taste good or like the condiment because that's what it was for me. It just, oh, you're just making everything taste like ketchup. But like gratitude is that thing that you want to slather on everything. You want to slather gratitude on your worst heartbreak. You want to slather gratitude on your biggest health challenge. You want to slather gratitude on the brokest you've ever been. You want to put gratitude on everything. Now, if you're somebody like me, who is like me, like gratitude is not necessarily easy for me to come by. I have to really work for it because I'm a Virgo, and the Virgo is looking for perfection, and perfection is really a process. It's not something that you land on and stay on. You might have a moment of perfection. That was fucking perfect, right? But then it's over. As soon as perfect comes, perfect is gone. So perfect is a process of practice and becoming and failure. That's what perfection is. So, so gratitude is something, if you struggle with gratitude, if you struggle with finding gratitude or accessing gratitude like I do, because you want things to be the way you want them to be, or you want things to feel the way it's an opportunity. So I do things to help myself access gratitude. I take ginseng. Ginseng is a Jupiter herb, so it expands your heart and opens your heart. I do heart openers where like and open and let sound out. And I do it when I don't want to do it. I do it when I'm pissed off. I do it when I'm restricted. I do it when I'm having an opposite experience of what it is that I desire to have. It's like, okay, now use some ginseng and open the hearts, open heart to gratitude. Like, somebody pissed me off or somebody did something that I don't really like. It's like, okay, how can I keep my energy open rather than contracting it, right? So, gratitude, like for me, this is a great time because I actually I don't I don't believe in Thanksgiving in the way that I used to, right? And so because I've always understood what Thanksgiving really is. I've always understood that Thanksgiving is when, people from England came and started slaughtering the natives and all that. Like I've always known that, and I've always understood in America that we practice rituals that really keep in place the horrific things that have happened in this country. And so, what I start to do is, in order to alchemize the energy, right? In order to alchemize the energy, like Black people have taken the word nigga and made it something beautiful because that is a thing. We can alchemize things. That is an aspect of who we are. This ability to be able to take energetics, take something that was one way, that was meant for harm, and make it into something that is beautiful. That is the power of God. That is what it means to be a creator. To take something out of one form and make it into another. That's what we're doing constantly. That is the human experience. That is what it means to be a creator. That's what it means to be made in the image and likeness of God. That is all of it, right? So now I get to use this energy of what was harm done, that really has done harm. I don't need to We don't need to, I get it. You guys get it, right? Where this harm has really occurred. But now ask myself, how can I practice gratitude on this very thing? How can I dance on it? How can I, pray for the earth? How can I take the energy and ask how, the places where I have been ignorant, the places where I have done harm unconsciously, because we're all human and we do the same shit. It's extremes, various extremes. Maybe you didn't slaughter a whole generation or do a whole genocide. We do the same things in various ways where everybody's innocent and nobody's innocent, right? If you step in a colony of ants, those ants might feel like a colony of human beings who have been, subjected to trauma from another people. And who's to say the level of impact in this? You know what I mean? So it's important for us not to diminish, and it's important for us to really take responsibility and to own our energy and how it impacts, and to know that we all have impact. We all have impact. It probably varies, right? But it impacts. It does. So I want to do something today ritualistic. So I will dance. This morning I got up and I danced with my dance teacher, and I did not want to. I did not want to because I wanted to be tight and restricted. But I was like, get up and do it anyway and open up your heart and open up, because gratitude is a superpower. Gratitude is magic. Gratitude actually is the way opener. Gratitude keeps the energy open and flowing so that it can keep moving, right? Gratitude doesn't allow you to get stuck in old patterns and old ways of being. Because if you're looking at something and saying, how can I be grateful for this? I'm sorry, baby. How can I be grateful for this? Maybe you're not yet grateful for it. Maybe you're not. But how can I be grateful is the question that creates desire, that activates desire, and desire will point you to another perspective that says, how? Okay, how can I be grateful for living in a country that has done so much damage and trauma all around the world, and not only just to the people that I come from, but to people all around? How can I be grateful for that? And I be with that. How can I be grateful for that? How can I be grateful for that? And then it's like, okay, well, the answer is, compassion. You never want to do the same types of things. So now you can open up with compassion for what it means to understand suffering through systems and things that have done harm. So now you want to do things that will course correct that so you don't continue to perpetuate those things on, right? So you just ask the questions. How can I be grateful for this? How can I find another perspective? And that's the new gratitude practice. And that is a Jupiter practice. That is a way of opening up another perspective that will bring another reality into your own consciousness, into the dimensions within you. And the moon is in Leo today. And the moon in Leo is about our hearts, open heartedness, creativity. So this is a really good day to be having what we call a holiday, a holy day, wholeness, a day to celebrate wholeness, a day to acknowledge wholeness, a day to, and wholeness is everything, a day to acknowledge our shadow and our light, the things that we've done that are beneficial and the things that we've done that are harmful, because we all have it all, a day to acknowledge it all and to come together with people who are in the same acknowledgement of it. And with Leo, it's about opening your heart and being enlightened in it, right? Enlightenment is the process of understanding wholeness. That's what enlightenment is, the process of practicing wholeness, all things together, all things, not just partial, not just separate or half-ass, wholeness. All right, y'all. Let me tell y'all, it took me a long time to get here today. I did not want to come because I'm working through some of stuff of my own, and I am obedient to my work. And so I'm so grateful for those of you who were in the class last night. We are working on emotional embodying our own emotional power, listening to your body, your signals, to understand your connection to your emotions. because we are moving in a world that is no longer going to be reliable in accessing our authority externally. No longer. That is over with. You're not going to be able to access external authority. Venus is about to retrograde in Capricorn, and so we're doing this class to understand where our own emotional power comes from, how to source it, how we're giving it away. So if you'd like to register for that class, you can do so in my link tree. I can send you the first emails to help you get started. And this class goes until December 19th. And like I said, we are doing the work to ready ourselves for Venus in retrograde, which is about our emotional power. If you have areas of unforgiveness, sexual stuff, heartbreak, money stuff, all of this stuff is emotional power, Venus. It's all anchored in how you feel about yourself, the stories you're telling about yourself. And so, with that, I love y'all so very much. Okay, peace and blessings. I so want to read the comments here. So, bye, YouTube. I'm going to hang up on YouTube, but I want to read you guys' comments.